Hey y'all, it's me, Kelly, aka Skittles. I'm just here to tell my story from the beginning, at least the beginning when I started noticing things. Like I had taken myself off of methadone. Of course, you know what kind of user I was if I was on methadone. And like I said, I took myself off of it. So I went through a whole month. It was pretty rough. Lost like 35 pounds. And then it seemed like the only thing that got me to get out of bed from, just, I felt like I was withering away, very slowly. Couldn't eat, People in my category knows what I'm talking about. So the only thing that got me out of bed was I kept seeing these videos of people walking their pit bulls, because over in UK they were paying people $200 to bring their dogs to be killed. I love pit bulls, my favorite breed. And they're so judged for no reason. And you don't hear stories about like the little small dogs that are actually meaner than pit bulls. Pit bulls you can leave with your babies. They used to be nanny dogs. Like, come on. So I wanted to, do a walk for them. And every day I was getting out there doing the promoting, and to my surprise, like, I was only thinking maybe 20 to 30 people, if that. Well, it turned out like hundreds of people wanted to show up. So I was happy, like ecstatic. I had it in the paper on Go Erie, everything. Well, then next thing you know, the weather's bad. It didn't end up happening. It really got me down. And what it was too is I needed a can't even think of the word. Something that you have to get. License. Permit. Sorry, my bad. Permit. And I only had like maybe 2 or 3 days to figure that out, and it was too late. I would love to have that again. So anyways, like, first thing I started noticing was my phone was hacked. There was things showing up on my phone that I didn't put there. Google started alerting me that, my account, somebody was trying to get in it, and I started playing around with my phone, going into the settings, noticed like, there was, settings were changed, and then, they were using some type of thing where they were putting it over my apps. So when I clicked on it, it wasn't the actual app that I thought it was, They were listening in on my phone calls. And then I went to go factory reset my phone. And where all the codes are, well, I ended up seeing somebody's name. And then when I started recording it and saying that I was recording it, guess what starts happening? It starts trying to be wiped out. They were trying to delete things, change codes. And then I kept seeing like stop. Like they were trying to tell me to stop recording. So I knew something was up. Well, then the one day I'm going to drop off a tablet, I noticed a black SUV following me. When I get to their house, the SUV continued to go straight. They followed me for a good, like, probably 3 miles. So I give the dude his tablet. The SUV too, like when I had pulled over, they went, up the street some, took a turn, and then just parked. Left the truck running, everything. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. So when I was done giving dude his tablet, I take off. Sure enough, when I pass the SUV, it goes into reverse and then starts following me. Like, what the fuck? So I start speeding up. Well, a car happens to get behind me, and it kind of felt like they were going slow with the SUV that was behind, like they were trying to help me get away. That's the feeling I got. So, hey, thank you very much. I sped up. I got the hell out of there. I made as many turns as I could, So, next thing was Bluetooth. I started noticing vehicles with the Bluetooth. They would connect to my phone. Oh, somebody's on a tractor. Like, I hope they don't yell at me for being over here. Beautiful scenery. Beautiful. So, another thing was with my dogs. Anytime I would, drive by a car with Bluetooth on, my one dog, Zuzu, would start going crazy. I mean, crazy. Want to attack my other dog, Nala, if they were in the car together. I just found it really so weird. So what I did is I smashed every freaking Bluetooth in my house. Anything that I have Bluetooth, it no longer. And I also felt, because when I noticed that my phone was hacked, I actually hit up the FBI and I hit up cybersecurity. Everybody that, when I was looking this stuff up, it was to tell them. So that's what I did, and never heard nothing back. But that time in Erie, there was a shitload of FBI in Erie. So I figured, oh, they're there to help me. Y'all see that? In the clouds? I've been seeing visions of people's faces and dogs. That one right there looks just like a dog. That's crazy. Okay, anyways, I'm getting a little sidetracked. But, yeah, so I figured they were there to help me. And I started noticing certain type of vehicles following me. And then I would have another set of type of vehicles that would try to get me to follow them, but try to get me to do things that I shouldn't be doing. And honestly, it really felt like I was losing my mind. I tried to tell my family, my kids, nobody would believe me. My son and his girlfriend, they actually wanted to take me to the hospital. They thought maybe I had bleeding on the brain or side effects from the methadone. Other people thought, oh, you're on drugs. Then there was my mom. I could tell she wanted to be there for me. She tried, but I needed more. I needed somebody to see what I was seeing. And And every time I tried to show them, they wouldn't do nothing. They wouldn't do it. And I was getting like, at home, I would come home and there would be things set up to where, like, they were leading me to look at things like, okay, like a pen laying a certain way, then after the pen, it would be something else, like, you know, to stir me in the right direction, and then there would be a clue. I know they were telling me to, like, check all my outlets, the clues. And plus, too, like, I was kind of hearing a voice, would tell, I know it sounds crazy, a voice would tell me, check certain things, or it would, like, if I seen a car, it would be like, that's definitely one. It was just crazy how, like, I would know. So it would tell me to check all my outlets, and when I did, they were all pulled out halfway. Even one appliance, the cord was cut. There was things like water would be on my floor next to by an outlet. It felt like they wanted me to get electrocuted. Then there was like this kind of like a papers that were like ripped, and they put like things together, so it would say, like, you know, to watch electrical outlets outside, stuff like that. They were seriously trying to take me out. They really were. My dogs, they were being tortured. My rider died, Nala. She ended up with a hole in her neck. My dog Chica, she got poisoned like a week before she had her puppy. I felt them moving in her stomach when she went into labor. The first thing that happened was like all this black shit came pouring out of her. And then the first puppy was dead. Fully grown. Just dead though. And we took the puppy from her and stuff. And because I figured that I was supposed to. Well, she quit pushing. She like gave up. You can actually see like the tears coming out of so then it was like 3 hours later, still like no other puppies. So I kind of like Googled it and stuff, and I guess you're supposed to give, you know, the mom time with the puppy, and not take the puppy away right away. So then, like, me and the kids, we talked about it. Like, I didn't want to give her back her dead puppy, but I did. I put it back in the cage, and she was just like licking it. I'm sorry, y'all. And she ended up start pushing. But then when the next puppy came out, it was gone. But my son Kobe sat there and gave that puppy CPR, and just trying to bring that puppy back to life. Then it was like 10 minutes later, I got in the kitchen where they were, and I'm like, Kobe. I look at the puppy, and you can actually see like that black shit coming out of the puppy's nose and mouth, everything.
told Kobe, like, dude, that puppy's gone. Like, you could, but the determination on him, like, he wanted to bring that puppy back to life. And then I didn't have the money to take Chica to the vet. So I thought I was doing the next best thing and taking it to the shelter and saying we found her. Because I didn't want her to die. And I knew she had more poison in her. And, vets make it so hard for us to be able to afford that crap. But I do know Chica went to a nice older couple. Only dog. That's what she needed. So it does kind of make me feel a little bit better, but I hope she knows, like, I didn't abandon her. Like, I was definitely in a fucked up situation. And and then, like, I know Zuzu, he was getting electrocuted. And I started noticing, like, their dog treats. I would have a whole bag of them. And then they were disappearing. And I started noticing, like, bone crumbs on the stairs leading to upstairs. And I figured it out, like, they were weaning my dogs up there. People were coming in my house. I knew I wasn't alone. I started noticing drill holes in the walls that I didn't put there. I had, like, the set of new light bulbs too. The ones that they sent to you. And they were still in the box. I never put them in. I come home one day, my keys were laying on the floor by my front door. Doors open. Not the main door, but the second door was open. And all my light bulbs were switched out. I know that had it been the people that was helping me, because they were the, case of a fire, like they were safety ones. That with the brand new extension cords and stuff, so everything was switched out. It was just little stuff like that I would notice. Oh, and that they were copying everything. Like the eyelashes on my fucking car, to, like, things that I was ordering online. They were copying everything. And every time I would turn my phone on, I'd hear, like, this car. You can tell it was like a muscle car, because I would hear it every time, like, speed to my house and then drive by my house. And I would hear my mailbox slot thingy, like, lift it. And then you would hear it slam close. So the other group of people, like, are the ones who were telling me, like, that they were copying me. And they were trying to show me, well, they did show me, like, how they were getting my dogs. So I guess they can come in the house and stuff. They were using the leash that I was using for them to go outside. And Nala, too. When I would take her outside to go to the bathroom, I literally had to drag her back inside the house. she did not want to be there. She did not want to be there. And you always, always, always trust your dogs. They know best. They really do. She told me when like we weren't alone. I had a camera set up on my front porch. I guess they didn't know because they're on it. They're definitely on it. You can actually see the one dude on the porch taking pictures of the cars that were driving by my house. You would see the flash, and then the reflection in the window. You could see him with glasses, mustache, because he showed himself to me too. They showed up at my mom's house. Him, the girl with long black hair. They drive a silver van with a Penn State sticker on the back. I do have his license plate. But something also tells me they're not fully human. I get that feeling because also, like, I would go places. It was like everybody knew who I was. And then, like the one time I was at the store and there's these kids in front of me, and they would be sitting there talking about how, like, their phones was in a bag and it comes up missing, they can't find. It would be like a little stupid shit like that, but it was something that I went through. And it was like they knew, because they'd like turn around and like look at me. I just found it all weird. Like, I didn't trust anybody. Like, my mom went to, oh, let's go to New York lunch. I'm just like, and like, and then there was something like they were spraying me with, and it burned my skin to the point where I like would wear headbands and get migraines and on both sides of my head. I literally went bald. My hair still won't grow back. It was literally falling out in clumps. So I don't know if it was like a moment of women empowerment or just going fucking crazy. But I shaved my head bald. Nobody knows except for my kids and stuff and people that's close to me. Don't nobody know I shaved my head. And to this day, this was last year, and to this day my hair still won't grow back. So I don't know what that shit was, but it burned. It burned. And it would be wherever like those holes were in the walls. They would get me through that. Or if I'm in the bathroom, it was like they were getting me through the door. Like, it was everywhere. And we would always see like this laser light. I thought maybe it was to connect to my internet or something. I don't know what the hell the laser light was. And Nala would first see it. As soon as she seen that laser light, she's like jumping up trying to catch it. And at first I was like, what the hell? I thought I was seeing shit, but when your dog sees it too, you know it's there. Yep, and just, okay, I covered that. Oh, and when they would follow me too, they would put on their, like, turning signal, and then not even turn. So I kept getting that feeling like those were the ones that wanted me to do shit that I ain't supposed to be doing. I mean, even one night, and something tells me to, the police know. I had went to the police station Me and Nala parked. I thought I was supposed to switch vehicles so they wouldn't know my vehicle to follow me. I'm literally at the police station. There is police sitting in their freaking vehicles watching me and Nala try to break into. Well, I didn't think I was breaking into it. I was just lifting up the car handle to see if it opened because I thought that was what I was supposed to do. Of course, they were all locked. Like they should be. Because you got people like me trying to get into these cars that I thought I was supposed to. But yeah, they're just watching me. Don't say a word to me. Don't say a word to me. And there was a couple times where I would call them. They'd show up, and the first thing they say to me is, "Do you want to go to a safe house?" Wait, what? Like, why are you saying this to me? I didn't even tell you, like, why you're here. Isn't that supposed to be the first thing? Like, they show up, like, hey, what's going on? No, not them. It was, do you want to go to a safe house? I just didn't know who to trust. I didn't know who was there to help me, who was there against me. They would flash their the ones that would flash their headlights at me. I got the feeling like they wanted me to follow them to get me away from the other vehicles. And I'm telling you, it was hell. Hell. I thought I would losing my fucking mind. It got to the point where one night I was down at the dock and I was thinking about jumping in because I can't swim for shit and just let the current fucking take me. And when I was down there having that moment, all I can hear was, "Jump, just do it already, just do it already." That is the worst feeling. Is when people are just sitting there telling you to kill yourself. And then to sit there and tell the people that are the closest to you. And nobody believes you. I was alone. Alone. Not a good feeling. Not a good feeling. And I remember telling my ex, and he would just sit there and tell me, he didn't believe me. He didn't believe me at all. Then it came to the point, like, when I was, well, we'll get to that later. I just think I need a minute. I'm gonna end it there. And I'm gonna continue my story. But thank you. Thank you all for taking the time to at least listen to the beginning. And those that are supporting me, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just want to get my story out there so it can help somebody else that's going through it. I didn't have that, and I really wish I did. But it gets worse than that, but it slowly does. We'll get there. But until then, peace. I'll see you soon. A car's pulling up, and I'm probably about to get yelled at. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be here. But with that, peace. I love y'all for support.